Hi.
Hi, just a quick before the video starts, I just want to say this video will be trimmed a little bit, which I usually don't do. I usually do everything fully unedited. But when I finished it, I saw it was 42 minutes long. So I'm gonna try to cut out everything that's unrelevant and try to just keep it to the point, because 42 minutes for a video on tattoos is way too long. Hopefully gonna cut it down to 20 minutes, so you can see the time thing, you know what I did. Anyway, enjoy the video. Hi everybody, and welcome to a new vlog. This time, as the title suggests, I'm doing a tattoo vlog, because I've mentioned before, I have quite a lot of them. You've obviously seen them. I have them on my hands, my neck, my feet. Those you don't see very much, but they're there. And I know not even really my family knows the full meaning of all of them, I think. Some people do, I think. I'm pretty sure. I know some of my friends do, and my mom probably knows as well. If she remembers is another thing. Sorry, Mom. To me, personally, they all have very deep meaning and mean very much to me. And so do all the other tattoos I plan to do in the future. That's why I'm doing this. I say such stupid things sometimes. But yeah, that's why I'm doing this. And I have a folder in front of me which has well, not on all of them, but on some of them I have approximate dates and when I was doing the tattoos. So I know when, my first one, which I'll pull up a picture of, there or there, I don't know, somewhere, there. It's a very simple one. It was the first one I did, and I did it on August 18th, actually, in 2012. It's on my ankle, which, by the way, hurts a lot. I do not recommend your ankle as your first tattoo. It was a bad idea, but it made me prepared for every other tattoo I ever did. So I'm kind of glad for it, but I've never fixed it, not even once, and it still looks really good. It still has the full color and everything. And I took that one in Iceland, and I took it with all my brothers there. I have 4 brothers, and they were all there, and my little brother was pretty young. I remember he really wanted it. He was looking through the book. And he saw I have dog hair in my mouth. I'm so sorry. Got it. But yeah, he was looking through the tattoo book and he saw a bunch of monster trucks and he was like, I want that one, I want that one. So while I was under the needle, I could just hear him shouting, that one, that one. Because yeah, it was 6 years ago, so he was 9 or 10 years old. 10, yeah. But it made it really special for me that I had my brothers there for my first tattoo, which has, I mentioned, a lot of meaning. And looking at the picture, I'm guessing you can't quite see what that meaning is, but that's actually an author's puzzle piece. The blue puzzle piece represents Asperger's, and I have that, which I've mentioned before, and I plan on doing a video on how that affects me later. I've been getting questions from some of my friends who really want to know more. So that's in the works. I just have to get my head organized so I know what I want to say, because it's obviously it's a very difficult thing to talk about. Anyway, the tattoos. But that's what it stands for, and planning on building more on it later in the future. I'm gonna have a tree growing from the bottom of my ankle, which is gonna be horribly painful, but worth it. But it's gonna grow up and then around it. It's gonna be a willow tree, which is gonna grow upwards to the side, and then it's gonna have this knot and then grow the other way. So the puzzle piece is gonna be in the middle of that, if that makes any sense, and then it's gonna go that way. And it's gonna have more details, but that's the basic that I'm gonna do eventually. The meaning of that is that no matter the difficulties and complications and the things you're born with and have in your life, which I have a lot, lucky me, you can still grow and become something bigger and more beautiful. It was a really good experience. The second one, I think, at least looking at this is the second one. This is my second tattoo. And this is a poem I wrote when I was a kid. I'm just gonna pull up a picture, so I'm just gonna have pictures in front of me so I know what I'm talking about, because I forget things really easily. And it's kind of a life motto for me. The whole greet every day with light. I want to be happy every day, even if it's a bad day. honor every day with life, meaning never give up. Live every day with pride sounds more stuck up than it is, but it means just have pride in who you are. Be yourself. Be true. And that's how you should live. And then every night I feel like you should leave with love, because you never know if you have another day. Important way to live your life. Personally. Not for everyone, of course. But I also, that's also why I did the colors. I really wanted the colors there. This one, I think, let's see, it says April 10th, 2013 on my picture thing. So that's probably when I took it. Less than a year later. And my stepdad was actually there with me. And most of my first tattoos I didn't take alone. That's something I started doing more recently, now that I'm up to like 10, 11, 12? We'll figure out the number at the end. Now, the next one is also on my leg. And it's a Viking rune, an Icelandic Viking rune called Veivísir, like a guiding compass. And I have it on my calf. It's actually a lot bigger than I planned it, because I didn't get it with a very good tattoo artist the first time. I did it in Iceland with my aunt, and she just put it on and started, and she didn't let me check the size, she didn't let me check anything. So it is quite a bit bigger than I planned. I planned it to be only like big, but it was supposed to be like that. Never mind. Details. But at least it's a lot bigger than I intended, but it still turned out really beautiful, and I never hated it. I still love it. But I did, as you see in the picture, it didn't have the flag in the middle originally, because it wasn't supposed to be that much of a gap. But it looked really empty, like a hole in my leg. So when I fixed it, when I came back to Norway, I'm gonna take a throat thing so I can talk easier. My throat's been really annoyed lately. I think it's the pollen. Lecro makes people talk. I added the flag because it was this whole Viking thing, and I really wanted to drag in the flag, my heritage, because I am very Icelandic at the core. And I did try to make it might look a bit weird, but it was supposed to imitate wind, but I should have just done a straight line, but too late now. But I still really love it. And the meaning of this tattoo is to never get lost. Which is why I have it on my leg. It's close to the ground, and I will never lose my footing. And that meaning comes back very strongly later. Yeah, the next one is also on my leg, and that's the same foot, but in the front. It's a memorial tattoo, which I did for my aunt, but also represents anyone who I ever lose. And it's the anchor with the text, "I refuse to sink. I will steer to shore and stay anchored to the ground." But I decided to build on it. "I will steer to shore and stay anchored to the ground." And I took that a few months after my aunt passed away on November 11th, 2013. Yeah, here I have a date. I did that one. I also took another tattoo at the same time, which is the tiny little this thing, which might not be easy to see, but it's actually my aunt's initials, AFJ, written in 2 strokes. I wrote myself multiple times to get the right one. And I put it on that leg and not anywhere else, like on my hand or my chest, because I wanted it to tie in with the rune. The rune that tells me to not get lost. Oh, this was a difficult one to talk about. With my memorial tattoo to mean that the people that I lose that matter to me will guide me throughout life. They will keep me anchored down. They will keep me on the correct path. And that's why I have the anchor there. I have the rune. I have the text. And then when I lose someone very important to me, I add on, which I did very recently in this picture, that when my grandfather passed away, I did this the same week, and added his initials, which is just a single stroke, which is FJ. I put them there because they will guide my steps. They will pull me forward and keep me grounded. And that's the whole meaning of that whole thing. My dog is begging for more candy. Hello. Ooh. Say hello to the people. You have something in your eye. But yeah, that's the meaning of that one. And yeah, that whole ankle then ends up connecting in that way. You're not getting more candy. The next one I think is this and the one that I took two at the same time. I do that a lot. Oh, I think it's the April 20th. But yeah, that's when I took the arm tattoo. Ooh, and that one is my always keep fighting tattoo. The red line is an actual, I said I wouldn't be showing you my arms, but I'm still doing it because I'm silly. But yeah, the red line is, and I have taken EKGs off my heart many times, and I have, it's not my pulse, but it's one of my heart lines, so it is my actual heart. And always keep fighting, obviously, keep going, don't give up. And it's also a known movement against depression, which I have. And you're never alone is someone who I know who helps me with stuff. He said that once, and it became a very strong word for me. I'm not alone in this. I have someone with me. Like I'm the only one. There are people around me to help me. And that's the reminder that I have. And the screws actually represents, I had a big back surgery when I was thing underneath my foot. I had a surgery to straighten it up because I had something called scoliosis. My back went into an S and it straightens it up. And because of that, I have a whole bunch of screws. I have 2 rods, and I think 7 or 13 are the numbers that come to my mind, and I don't know which one it is. But I have a lot of screws in my back. That's actually going to be a tattoo one day. And the rods with with my spine, on my actual spine. So that was random. But yeah, that's what those screws stand for, and one of them is fully screwed in, and the other one is not, because it was distorted to screw in, and it's holding the rope. And the rope. Hello. Are you just gonna stand like that? Hi. That's something my stepdad said once. Super random. It was about a hot dog. They didn't have hot dogs in the place we stopped, and he was like, well, then it wasn't meant to be. Maybe you would have gotten sick of it. And what should be will always be. And it was so random, but that phrase really stuck to me. And whenever something didn't go my way, I was like, okay, well, it's not meant to be. Something else will come along. Something maybe better, something that will make me happier in life, instead of the thing that clearly was not meant to be. And that's why I took it at the same time as I call it my anti-depression tattoo. And it's a very clear life motto for me. I really like having these reminders on me. I have actually never regretted a single tattoo of mine, even though I have a lot, which I'm really proud of. My next tattoo, I also did 2 in 1. Do you want to go back down? Ah, okay. But don't whine. She immediately turned around to whine. My 3 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 more. We only have 3 more. Fur. And those are my most recent ones, which is my neck tattoo, which is Shout Your Voice to the World, which is... By the way, the last 3 tattoos I've taken are all K-pop related, but they also have deeper meaning underneath that. Just putting that out there immediately. And then, so then this one, Shout Your Voice to the World, it's actually a text from a BAP song. Ever since I first heard it, it just resonated in me. And also another way that I like to live my life, like this one is, and the one on my arms. I have a lot of those. And I'm doing it now, by vlogging. I'm putting my voice out there and being loud in a way, and I don't like to hide and shut up and just be this mouse that is just in the background. And that's why Shout Your Voice to the World was important to me, and it starts from my throat, which is also very important. I knew I wanted it down my neck, but I wanted to start it on my throat with shout, and then your voice to the world, out to the world. A little bit torn. I don't remember when I took these. It was this year. It was a few months ago. I fixed them twice. Well, I fixed this one twice and this one once. But yeah, that was the design on this. And then there was my matoge, which I'm again trying to show you like an idiot instead of showing a picture. And this is also a BAP tattoo. This is the logo for BAP, but changed. They have different bunnies for different eras and stuff, but the bunny is always their logo. And this is the one-shot bunny, and I added the whole world ocean with the, you can kind of see the hints of continents. And the reason for the continents is because I wanted to make sure you could see one continent and a whole different one on the other side of the mask, with the whole ocean in between, because it, for me, that represents, no matter if we're on separate sides of the planet, we can still cheer each other on. We can still support, which I am. I am all the way in Norway and they're in South Korea, and I can still cheer them on, and they still matter to me, and they still have an effect in my life, and that's the meaning with the ocean there. Around it. I don't want to be stupid and spinning my hand around, so I'm just gonna find the picture, because I'm not gonna say I suck, but I'm stupid. I never remember details like this. I know what it says, but I can't say it without having a reference picture in front. But yeah, it's I wanted it to look really like carved in, which is why I chose the font that I did. I will also have a picture here which shows you the font and the text. And these sentences are from different BAP songs, with the exception of the last one. It's from a solo rap that their leader did, Jungkook did, which was about his struggle with depression and unable to sleep, and it's about his thoughts at 4:44 a.m. And it ends with "everything is gonna be alright." And the other songs are all songs from them that meant a lot to me and had also a meaning within the lyrics, which I will now explain. The first song is from the song Zero. I'm from zero. It's that represents where you begin. You start at the bottom when you feel bad. You start feeling like you're nothing, but you build yourself up. Start as nothing. You're just a baby and you have to become something. So you start from zero, and that's why I chose that as the first line. The next one, what's the name of the song? It's one of my favorite songs. I can't remember. Wake Me Up. That's the name. It's a song about depression, and the meaning was so deep for me. I'm waking a different me inside. You're finding the other person inside you, and you're pulling them back. And the faint light that was turned off, wake me up. I felt that way for a while. I had the light turned off, but I'm turning it back on. I'm waking up. I'm turning the light on. I'm pulling that other me out into the world and getting rid of that sad, depressed, unhappy me, and just being happy and true to myself. And that's the meaning of that one for me. Awaken your trapped self, raise your head. Same thing with awaken your trapped self. This one is from Hands Up, another one of their recent songs. My throat is acting up again. Let me just take another lick roll. And myself that I locked up, my true self, my happy self that I locked away and shoved in a corner. I'm letting myself out. I'm pulling myself out, and I'm raising my head high and being proud of who I am. And life is colorful with my own light paint the world. That's from Honeymoon. This one, when I read it in English, really resonated with me because I always explain myself when I'm trying to just not be sad and spread the sadness and unhappiness. I explain it as spreading my light, showing my light to the world instead of my darkness. I show the darkness away into a corner where it can leave me alone. Colors in the world, it makes me happy, and I really just want to see more light and color and joy in the world, and that's that line to me. Everything is gonna be alright is literally just the sentence. It's going to be okay. No matter what happens, everything is gonna be alright. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be fine, no matter how bad it. Because I've been in bad places. I've gone through stupid stuff. I've gone through bad stuff. One way or another, it always works out. And that's why everything is gonna be alright. Oh wait, I don't have to. The last one is this one. This one probably looks really silly, because a lot of people don't get why people tattoo their hands. But this one actually means, this one has like 3 or 4 different meanings to me. This simple MVP logo and the word victory. That is, MVP, obviously, this is a logo for a group. Again, I'm showing you my hand when I should just pull up a picture. MVP is a group that I found last year, music, and through them I have found some of the greatest friends in my life. Not, of course, only. I have other friends that mean incredibly much to me. But I found some really important friends in my life through this group. I talk to them every single day. That's why I decided to do this. Even though it's just been a year. Like this one took me 5 or 6 years to do. Even though I knew they meant that much to me the whole time. But this, because it also represented the friendships I made. Go for it. So I did it. But yeah, that's the meaning of this. MVP also stands for both the group's meaning of the name, but also what it stands for in general. MVP, most valuable. And that's the second meaning of just the logo for me, is being the most valuable player in my life, to be valuable to myself and to other people. And that's the third meaning actually of that, because I also said it means my friends. The victory is actually the fandom name of MVP, but it also has, again, multiple meanings. It means that I will win. I will, like I said, many of these represents my depression, but I will win it. It will be my victory. But also, it's the meaning of my name. Of course, not Melly, but my name is actually Sigridur. Directly, it means victory that rides, but shortly, mainly it means victory. That you will bring victory. It's an old Viking name of being the victory in a fight, bringing victory, bringing it forth. And my middle name Wish also pulls that in, like the victory wish, the wish of victory. So that's always been a word that means a lot to me, so I decided to tattoo that on. Victory! And I will find victory in my life because I am my victory. Because I am and it's really funny because when I found out that their fan name was Victory, I was like, wait, but that's my name. And it's so funny now because I have it tattooed on me, it's the meaning of my name, I am in a fandom. And randomly enough, the shoes I recently bought, I found out was Victory branded, and I didn't even know that was a brand. So I have a lot of victory in my life. I think I'm going to touch on really quickly on some of the ones I'm planning. Like I mentioned, the one on my back, and I also mentioned the tree I'm planning. I'm also planning eventually this eye, which is going to be an opening to the ocean. It's going to be like pushed in and an ocean with details there. I love the sea. It just makes me happy and feel well. I always felt this connection to the sea. When I was a kid, I wanted to marry Keiko, so take that for what you want. For my defense, I was like 3 or 4 years old. That's my defense. I did not understand the concept of marriage at all. And here is a sleeping baby dragon, which is still like just hatched, so you still have the shell around it. It's gonna be really colorful and pretty, and that's gonna be right here, like on the opposite side of this one, like between my chest against my rib bones. I want Aiko's, speak of the devil, I want Aiko's paw print. I have an A in it, which is gonna almost mimic the paw lines that are like, just like we have lines in our hands, it's going to mimic the paw lines that she already has, but it's going to be an A, which is just going to not be colored, and it's just going to be a black paw print. Theme, where it's like opening into like a waterfall area, it's going to have, it's going to represent my religions and belief. I'm a syncretist, and I believe in multiple pillars of from different religions that I believe conclude into a bigger way of life. Everything, and that's this arm. And finally, the other one that I'm planning is also far in the future, and also on my back. It's wings. I'm gonna have a dragon wing on this side and an angel wing on this side, and it's gonna be how I can lift myself up. So that's a lot of tattoo talk, a lot of design talk. I hope I made sense. I know I struggle making sense. Verbalizing in general is not my strong suit, but I have learned how to do it better with years of practice. So I hope everyone understood what I meant. If you don't, please feel free to ask me in the comments. Don't think my reaction videos are going away. They're staying. Also, I have a second channel. I don't know if you know this. I'm gonna start cross promoting now. I actually just hit 150 subscribers on that yesterday, and that's my music video channel. It's just MellyWolf. I'll link it here, and please do check it out, and please leave me a comment if you have any thoughts. And thank you for watching. It was probably, I don't know how interesting this was to you, but if you're curious about my tattoos, that's what I have. And if you're curious about anything else, leave it in the comments. Until next time, everybody, I love you guys. Bye.